Welcome back to the On The Geaux podcast, man. My name is Jimmy. I'm here with Ezra, Krystian, Tyler, and we are On The Geaux podcast, guys. I hope y'all doing great today. Man, look, I'm going to go ahead and cut the music because we got another special episode. Today is the Super Bowl version of the episode. And if you are listening to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, you can catch us on our YouTube channel where we are always dropping some fire content related to our podcast, of course. And like I say, if you want to talk MMA, NCAA, NFL, NBA, whatever it is, we're the one-stop shop for it. So, guys, let's talk about this doggone Super Bowl, man. I see you got that spectacular background with that beige brother behind you. What's good, bro? Talk to us, man. Talk to us, bro.
Man, look, man. I tried to tell y'all, man. Patrick Mahomes the second, man. He's a force to be reckoned with. Like I said, the Eagles should win this game, right? I said that because they were the better team. But this guy is the best player. And it showed. My man had a bum ankle and still was out here doing this thing, man. He hurt his ankle and still ran 40 yards and didn't slide. This man ain't got Brown to throw to. He got Kelsey, and that's it.
That's some G stuff right there, bro.
I mean, homie just hurt his ankle before half, and he hauled ass 40 yards and didn't slide. I mean, we're witnessing greatness right now. You know, Brady just retired. He's got 2 rings, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, 2 MVPs. He's been in the AFC Championship every year he's been the starter. Who's stopping him?
Hey, I'll be real. I'm going to be honest. I got to give Patty his flowers because what he did, well, I don't even want to say just him, the Chiefs team as a whole, what they were able to do after halftime, spectacular. I mean, like I was telling Krystian and Tyler earlier, I mean, it was like the team that played the first 2 quarters was not the team that played the last 2 quarters. They were running at, or executing at a higher clip than even the Eagles could keep up with. And I'm gonna be honest, man. There was one analyst. I want to think it was Colin Cowherd. He had said,
man, hey, so stop.
No. But for real though,
he trash.
No, Colin Cowherd, he got some out there takes,
but I be saying some out of pocket stuff, but he
pretty good, bro. Like, we got to give him his respect. But he said this. He was like, you think of a team like the Eagles that are 16-3. Majority of their games, they were winning going away. They were never really in a game where it was tight, where it was nip-tuck down the stretch. They didn't have many opportunities like that. Majority of the Chiefs games this season were like that. And they both had the same record. Now, I'm not saying that was the deciding factor, but what I will say is Patrick Mahomes is the new boogeyman of the NFL. Word to Shannon. But to answer your question, E, I'm going to be real. If Zach Taylor learns how to run the ball, Joe Burrow is probably the only quarterback that I could see that can compete with Patrick Mahomes.
And don't get me wrong. I mean, obviously, it's hard to go back to back. They very well could lose in the wild card and not make the playoffs next year.
Right.
The AFC is loaded with young, talented quarterbacks. But the fact he's been doing this consistently for 5 years straight, I mean, he went against Brady. He's gone against, Josh Allen. He's gone against Burrow. I mean, he's handling his business, man. And all these folks I just named got a way better surrounding cast than him. Like,
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So this man is literally just, doing what an elite quarterback is supposed to do, right? And I know we'll talk about this in future episodes. But like LeBron James, no matter who LeBron has around him, he's gonna make it work. He's gonna keep you in the game. He's gonna give you a chance to win or to make the playoffs, right?
Absolutely.
And that's the same thing that we're seeing with Mahomes, man. Now, obviously, they're gonna try to continue to build around him, but you could give him anybody, and he's gonna make it work. That's just how talented he is. And as long as Andy Reid is still a coach, he's gonna find ways to scheme whoever it is running those routes open. You know, Kelsey's the X
Bruh.
factor in his own right. He gonna do what he got to do. But I mean, like you said, Andy Reid went in at halftime, made some adjustments, saw some things, and they came out. They scored back-to-back touchdowns on the same play. They just flipped it.
And they were beautiful drawing that play.
Nasty.
Hey, they so beautiful. I'm gonna go watch the film, draw that up for flag football to make it happen.
Yeah,
There you
but
go.
how did he set it up, right? If you go look at the film, right, the Chiefs love jet sweep with the receivers. They love
Mm-hmm.
having them come across and either catch the pitch or they throw it to them once they come across. So each time the receiver's going in motion and the corner's like, well, I'm going to just start hauling ass way over there because I think that's what's going to happen. And now you out the play. You got a 2-on-1. And then you flip the play, run it again from the other side. Works the exact same way.
The exact same thing.
It's crazy, man. I just, I know it's great to be a Chiefs fan right now because, I mean, Mahomes is what, 26? You got at least 10 more years of watching this. You'll never know if they win another ring, right? But you at least know for the next 10 years, he going to be doing his thing.
Man, next 10 years, I say they could get at least 3. At least 3.
Hey,
at the rate he's going,
Jim, yeah.
Every years,
Yeah, bro. Like, has a back-to-back ever been done in football history?
Oh, yeah.
I think
yeah. I'm sorry. That was
Patriots.
a dumb question. Yeah, that was a dumb question.
Patriots won 3 in a row, though.
No.
Was it? It wasn't a 3-peat?
No.
No, yeah, it was.
No, it was 3 in 4 years. That's what it was.
Yeah. But even then, it's been since 2005 since that's happened.
Facts.
So
that's hard to do. So
shit, even the Warriors didn't 3-peat.
I mean, yeah, it's true. It's one thing to just make it to a Super Bowl, right, and just like win it. But the fact that you've gone 3 times in 5 years, that's wild.
That's sick. Especially in football. Like, football is not like, I mean, I don't want to say basketball is inferior, but I'm going to be real, bro. If you could still shoot, you definitely could. 9 times out of 10, you got a good chance of making it back to the championship. I would honestly say I feel like it's easier to repeat in the NBA than it is in the NFL.
Well, no,
but one could argue, I mean, you got 82 games. Like, who the hell trying to play 82 games back to back to back?
Yeah, really.
History will tell you it is easier to repeat in basketball than in football. Yeah,
that's real.
We can name several teams that have gone back to back or have won, several championships in a 3-4 year window.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
It's less moving parts with NBA, to be honest with you. It's just less moving parts. You can only have 5 players on the court at a time. I mean, shit, you got to worry about, 11 players on one side of the field and 11 players on the other side of the field. You got to make sure you got backups to scheme right and try to pick up matchups of guessing who's going to be on the field. Like, it's too many moving parts in the NFL to say, it's just easy to repeat. That's just insane.
And you get 7 games, right?
Right.
You're guaranteed 4, but you got 7 games to get it right.
Right.
So
Facts. I don't want to get too far off topic, but I want to get back into this Patrick Mahomes thing, man, because I mean, I know you watched his Super Bowl MVP, whatever you want to call it, his little press conference or whatever, right after the game. But let's be honest, how do you feel about Patrick winning the MVP but also passing for under 200 yards?
Well, I mean, let's be real. He didn't deserve the MVP. I think. I mean, I know they lost, but JALEN HURTS definitely deserved the MVP of the game, and I don't know why we don't look at giving the losing team player.
Yeah, I've always found that sucky sometimes.
I mean, JALEN HURTS balled his ass off tonight. They didn't lose because of him.
That fumble shoulder didn't help.
Yeah, the fumble didn't help. That was half.
That's true.
After he made that mistake, he didn't do anything to lose them the game. If anything, it came down to the defense. The defense gave up 2 touchdowns. And then they basically gave up the third one. Well, they didn't give up the third one because they ended up kicking the field goal to win it. But
to be fair, the defense gave up 31 points. Let's just keep it a buck.
Yeah.
Defense gave up 31 points, man.
I mean, because I think Jalen Hurts broke a record tonight. It was like
3 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah. Isn't that the most by a quarterback or something like that?
I think so.
That's a record. 3 rushing touchdowns in the Super Bowl.
Could you say that Jalen Hurts outplayed Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl?
100%.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Hell
absolutely.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And look, and even though he didn't win, then I'll be the one to say it. And I'm sure we all agree to it. But hats off to Jalen Hurts for an incredible season, bro.
Absolutely.
Jalen Hurts,
incredible season.
Jalen Hurts tonight had 304 yards passing, a passing touchdown, 70 yards rushing, and 3 rushing touchdowns.
Dude, that's crazy.
Bruh. Yeah.
Almost 400.
I don't know why he didn't get that MVP. Hey, he the MVP in my book, bro.
Oh, sure.
I mean, they did it. I hate to bring this back up, but they did it to Brian, but it is what it is. That's other stuff. We focus on Super Bowl. So
we're focusing on football right now, Jimmy.
Focusing on football, right? So I think one of the things I kind of want to talk about, and it's gonna kind of help me transition as we move along. But man, the Eagles offense as far as running the ball. I mean, they got 3 running backs. Obviously, Gaineswell had most of the carries. Boston Scott trailed right behind him, and then Miles Sanders. How can the Eagles do better going into next season with getting Jalen Hurts some assistance? Because he can't be your leading rusher and your leading run scorer. You know what I'm saying?
So I don't know if this has happened before, but I could very well see both of these teams being back in the Super Bowl next year because the Eagles are in a great spot.
They're gonna lose a lot of players though on defense.
Well, I don't know who's all free agents on their side, but I know they got
a lot.
They have a top 10 pick in this draft.
True.
And they still have their pick. So
yeah,
to talk about the rushing problem, you can call me crazy, but they can go draft Bijan Robinson at number 10 if he's there, and there's your running back,
right,
on a rookie deal. I don't know who all in. I mean, if you got the list of free agents, I'd be interested to hear them. But on the offensive side of the ball, shit, everybody coming back.
That's true
too. The only ones you might lose on offense is Kelsey, Lane Johnson. You might lose a couple offensive linemen, but
yeah. So you gonna need a backfield in for sure. To your point, because you don't want Jalen Hurts getting hit out there like Mahomes was in that Super Bowl against Tampa, because
they saw that happens
again.
So
losing an All-Pro center, you're gonna have to definitely go out and find somebody that can hold up.
So
on the same level as him.
Exactly, man. Shout out to Spot Rack. I was able to pull up the upcoming free agents for the Eagles. As of right now, Fletcher Cox, Robert Quinn, Brandon Graham, Javon Hargrave, Jason Kelsey, James Bradbury, Isaac Sumala, Kazir White, Ndamukong Suh, Boston Scott, Zach Pascal, Miles Sanders, CJ Gardner-Johnson, Tyree Jackson, Gardner Minshew, and Marcus Epps. That's a lot. A lot of those players played tonight. That's a lot of free agents, bro.
The defensive line and right there.
Exactly. Some of them might retire though. Jason Kelsey's he's going on 36 or 37, so he might be retiring.
Kelsey, Fletcher Cox, Graham. Yeah, them boys might consider retirement, but still, those were some of their high-level players this season. I mean,
I didn't even mention Linval Joseph. Linval Joseph, defensive tackle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He retired. Sue probably gonna retire. I wouldn't really count them because those I feel like are automatics.
Right.
Kelsey may or may not be an automatic. Graham and Cox, maybe, but still, I mean, Fletcher Cox and Graham, they were what, 1-2 in sacks on the team. So you losing a lot if they decide to retire.
Yeah, they definitely got some holes to fill, but
if all them boys come back and you put them on, you get to re-sign them, hell, you still got your whole team, and you could go and compete again with a top 10 pick.
To be fair to the Eagles,
does it say too?
They are replacing their defensive tackle with Jordan Davis. They picked Jordan Davis out of Georgia this year, with a 13th pick. So they got him. They got Nakobe Dean, Kyron Johnson, so linebackers, Cam Jurgens, a center that they picked in the second round. So they have some replacements. I'm gonna be honest. They have some replacements, some suitable replacements.
Like how much space they have, like salary cap wise?
Salary cap. Let's see. Y'all keep talking. I'm gonna see if I can find that for you real quick.
But
yeah. Here we go. Ooh, Lord. They got like 5 million.
Oh, so they're gonna have to do some work.
They gotta clear up.
They're gonna have to restructure some contracts or something.
They gotta do a lot.
Absolutely. I feel like Jamie off of the JRE podcast. Look that up for me, Jamie.
young Jimmy.
Bruh. God, dog. So real interesting.
I might need a backpedal on that, because if they let all them people walk and they don't replace them, I don't know if the Eagles.
For real.
No.
So
that's a lot to overcome.
Hell yeah. For any team, I don't care who you are. That could have been the Patriots with Tom Brady. I mean, we saw when he lost all his wide receivers.
Yeah, I can think of recently that happened. Like Tampa had a situation like that where they won the Super Bowl and they had a ton of people that were free agents, and they ended up getting almost damn near everybody back. So it's possible, but
that's wild. You overspend when you do that too, though.
Oh yeah, I mean Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, they're older, but let's say, they like, man, we got a ring. Maybe I'm trying to get some more checks. Maybe a team, come snipe them. That's the bad thing about going to the Super Bowl, right? Is that like some of these teams get broken up because other teams are like, oh man, he just won a Super Bowl. Like we should pay him a ton of money to come and bring that vibe and that culture to our team, like. So it'll be interesting to see.
It definitely will, man. So speaking of coaching wise or whatever, but Eric Bieniemy, man, it was rumored, it came out before the game that he may be taking over the offensive coordinator position for the Washington Commanders, as opposed to the Baltimore Ravens. Why would anyone in their right mind do that?
Don't do it. Hey.
Yeah, if he's smart, I know we talked about this last time, like trying to improve his career and this and this and that. He could do it.
That ain't the way to do it.
I mean, if I'm him, I'm just staying where I got it good. I got Mahomes. I got Reed. Like, it's good over here, buddy. I'm
straight up.
You just won the Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying. Like, hey, Lamar Jackson is a very elite quarterback in this league. Very great at what he does, but he ain't Patrick Mahomes.
And that's what and like, not to cut you off, Jim. I saw you about to say.
No, you good.
Like, to what you just said, how many times have Patrick Mahomes in this offense? Well, I'm not even gonna say it like, how many times have this team have been either to the conference finals or advanced well off into the playoffs within the past few years? Like, so for you to. So, like, to go elsewhere and try to rebuild that success, and you don't even know if it'll be. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, because it's not. It's all earned at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
But to leave and go try to rebuild that elsewhere, that you don't know if you're gonna have that same success that you had in the new spot that you had in the old one.
You're definitely taking a risk for sure.
Yeah, it'll be a risk for sure.
I don't think this is one of those the grass is greener on the other side type of situations. But EB, nah, I can't do that. Unless, like I said, unless he's going to head coach position. Stay in KC. Keep building that offense. Keep working with Andy Reid. Keep picking his brain, getting that knowledge. Working with Mahomes, Travis Kelce, the defense, and keep going to the playoffs and doing what you can do to make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and he gonna leave Mahomes to go to what, Heineke?
Nah, man, Sam Howell, bro. If you ask Skip Drayless, Sam Howell might have that golden thumb, boy.
Yeah, that's
how
let's not get into Dre's taste of judgment here.
Hey, I gotta get this one time for Dre in the words of Dre. Let's get it. Let's get it, my boy Drizzy.
No, he got a new nickname as of today, Uncle Glizzy.
Hey, we're not gonna get into that, bro.
Oh no, Rob laughed enough about that tonight, dog.
Oh my god. No, we ain't gonna do it like that. Uncle Glizzy be like, hey, man.
But yeah, I mean, they're tired. So I mean, I would think he's either him or Steve Spagnuolo's first in line for that job, which we've seen what he's done as a head coach. So go ahead and just give it to the enemy at this point. So
right.
I mean, hell, end up being a head coach with Mahomes anyway.
That's real.
Hey, that's real.
Man, they had they were doing an interview, kind of like interviewing the players during the week leading up to the Super Bowl, but they played it like earlier today during the pregame. And they asked Travis Kelce, like, man, like, how are you always so open? How are you always getting open? And he was like, I got 2 words for you, Andy Reid. And that told me everything I needed to know as to why Eric Bieniemy hasn't been given or granted or even put in a position for a head coaching job in the NFL. Because Andy Reid's still calling the plays. Andy Reid's the maestro behind the scene. Andy Reid is the one that's legit pulling the strings. He is the puppet master. So, but that hasn't stopped any other lighter complexion counterparts from getting head coaching positions. So I don't want to use that as a way to say this is why EB hasn't been given a position, but it is interesting to note. So
yeah,
let's put it like this. He's far more qualified than some of these guys that end up with head coaching.
Man, he far more qualified than the Eagles offensive coordinator that's going to the damn Colts.
I was just about to say that, Jim. I was just about to say that. I mean, I don't know how long that guy's been the OC. I don't know if he's been there since Sirianni's been there. But man, he's definitely got a story to tell in them job interviews, man.
Oh, what?
Hey, Jalen Hurts went from this to this under me, man. Just imagine what I could do with, CJ.
Oh, what?
Dude, speaking of, I'm gonna be real though. Like, so let's get into this because I want to use this as something to springboard us into the MMA. But dog, the referees at the end of the 4th quarter, like, what's up with that holding? I don't think that was a hold. Watching it, I don't believe that was a hold.
You don't think?
That's hand checking. I don't think that's a hold.
So
what about the left hand?
In post game that it was a hold. He said he did tug the jersey, and
so Bradbury came out and said
Bradbury basically, I just saw it on Bleacher Report. Yeah, it says Eagles DB admits the holding. James Bradbury comes clean on the late flag. It was holding. I tugged his jersey. I was hoping they would let it slide.
So in other words, they was letting it slide the whole game, but they didn't want to do it but they wasn't letting it slide the 4th quarter. That's that bullshit that I be talking about.
Well, and here's to another level of it, right? Roger Goodell has his State of the Union address, right?
Oh Lord. You mean Roger Biden?
You want to call it, right? And he basically said he's good. I'm proud of the way we call games. So for those of you folks out there that's gonna gripe about this call and talk about NFL officiating, the man told you himself he don't see a problem. So nothing's
what? So just know that motherfucker stands.
Yeah, just know you know, either way, somebody either gonna swallow their whistle and miss some, or somebody's gonna throw the flag and, you know, be appalled or get screwed over. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, you can't always be mad at the can't always be mad at them guys, bro. That's a tough job, man. As y'all know, I got the a good not background. I got somebody that I know, my boss, that I could bring something up about calls and he could give me why they called it, you know, the exact call, because that's just how it is.
That's
And
cool.
he even admit that, hey, we missed some. Hey, it wasn't holding, but we called it. It wasn't this, it wasn't that, or, you know, we should have called this, we should have called that. That's hard, bro.
No, I'm not saying that job isn't hard. I'm just asking for consistency. If you ain't called this all fight or all game, why are you calling it right now? Why are you calling it in the biggest moment? Why are you calling it when y'all need to step aside and let the athletes decide the game, not your whistle?
Right. But you look at, you know, the no call, right? That's a situation where you're supposed to do your job and call it, right? You damned if you do, you damned if you don't, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't call the holding tonight, then, you know, Chiefs Nation is all in your ear talking about, man, look at this, you missed that call. A bunch of clips on Twitter, folks diagnosing it and saying what's wrong. You
The
know,
referees gonna need Secret Service.
That's what I'm saying.
Didn't that hole happen on a first down?
No, it was a third.
It was a third down?
Third down.
It was a third.
Wow. It even makes it even worse on the referee.
So had it first there, and then I think a play or two later, McKinnon, you know, gets it to the 1-2 yard line.
That's wild. That is
but
wild.
All in all, in my opinion, that was a well called game.
Oh, yeah.
They got reviews right. They got, you know, everything down from the Gainwell touchdown that they called back, that they went back and reviewed, and it was clear, but even some clear things they still tend to mess up. But I think it was a well called game.
That's fair.
The catch is.
Yeah, we still don't know what a catch is. No.
I mean, I thought the Dallas guy wasn't a catch. They called that a catch. I thought Devontae Smith's thing was a catch. Like, I don't understand how once you catch the ball, do what you got to do inbounds, and you're out of bounds, why do you have to still maintain possession? You're out of bounds at this point.
Yeah, you're out of bounds. That I don't get that either.
I don't get that at all.
The craziest part about it is it's never that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but as long as I've been watching football, I haven't seen that type of call, the way they broke it down, saying it's a no catch, until this season. I'm just being honest.
Well, my thing is, here's why I say that. So if you're in the end zone and you do what Devontae Smith did, let's say Devontae Smith did that in the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
That's called a touchdown, because they're like, oh, well, the play's over because he's in the end zone and da-da-da this, da-da-da that. But at the 50-yard line and he goes out of bounds, it's not a catch. So what's the difference between the end zone and a regular catch within the other 80 yards?
The referee is just inconsistent, bro. That's all it is.
I'm saying, like, you know, the NFL don't know who the catch is, man. College got it right. Oh, he got a foot down? Okay, that's a catch.
It's too much that goes into it. You gotta catch the ball. You gotta get 2 feet in. You gotta maintain possession without the ball moving throughout the catch. You gotta survive the ground. If you survive the ground, the ball can't move. If the ball moves an inch, if the ball touches the ground after you hit, you know, it's just too much that goes to it.
That was like that Jamar Chase catch.
They just need to simplify it.
That's it.
Isn't it like it also to what you were just saying, T? Is the NFL 1 knee down and you're down?
It's 2. So
it's 2 knees down.
Well, it's supposed to be 2 feet, but if you get a foot and a knee, that counts as 2, and you know.
Yeah, that's 2 points of contact in bounds. So, yeah,
fresh.
Man, look, it is a lot. It is a lot. While we're on the topic of refs, as we come down to pretty much our last final minutes of the show, Man, I want to get into the a little bit of MMA. Alexander Volkanovski took on Islam Makhachev in Perth. Pound for pound, number one versus the number one lightweight champion. The
Islam ain't
champion.
win that fight.
Islam did not win that fight, man. I'm gonna be
Islam ain't win
honest.
that fight.
Like I say, I had it 2-2 going into the fifth. I thought Volk pulled away in the fifth and won that. Izzy, everybody in the crowd thought Volk won it. Everybody was dapping each other up. Then the verdict came out unanimous for Islam. I was like, wow, okay. So,
I'm
Krystian,
interested to.
how y'all feel about that?
So look, are you and Tyler familiar with Verdict?
Verdict? No, what's that?
No.
Verdict is basically a national like scoring platform,
Mm-hmm.
and it's in real time. So let me see.
While Chris looking that up, I didn't watch the fight, nor did I see any press conferences after. So I'm interested to know, what did Dana have to say after the fight?
It's so I found it, and according to Verdict, and these is people in real time putting their scores on there.
These
and
are
Verdict kind of say that again.
These are unofficial scores, like these are other people just scoring the match.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's like, and everybody had Volk winning 3-2 that fight.
Exactly.
3-2. Now I'm gonna try to put you more on game about that, Jim.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Help you keep up with the fights better.
I'm actually gonna use that shit as we move forward each weekend through these fights,
Verdict.
man.
It's called Verdict.
Verdict
scorecard.
Islam took Volk down, but the problem was he took him down. One, Volk got up, but more importantly, when Islam took Volk down, he ain't do no damage. Every submission he tried was stalled. Volk would get up. Like, legit. Dude, I don't know what to say. I don't know what the refs are doing in the MMA, but it's to the point now where you have to finish your opponent. You have to.
Yeah,
you cannot leave it in the hands of the refs. It's gotten bad.
Even like with the
don't
takedowns
leave it in
stuff.
the hands of the judges.
No.
Like even with the takedowns, it seems as if they giving you points as soon as you take them down. Like they ain't not letting you establish mount or nothing. You can't be in full mount position. It's like soon as you grab them and put them down, that's considered a takedown. You're not even letting them establish position or nothing.
Damn.
So that's what it's seeming like to me now when they score in these matches and stuff like that. Because again, like, there's no way to me that Islam won that fight.
No. There's no way. Now, I will say this. His striking looked very good. And I hate when people say, oh, he's more of a grappler. He doesn't really strike. He's not going to strike like that. And Volk's got the advantage. I'm like, man, these guys are all fighters. Yes, he's a grappler, I guess a submission artist. But you don't become champion just because you can submit people. You got to be able to stand and bang with people. I mean, his stand-up looked good against Oliveira.
That's how he got me. He dropped him, and then he was able to
get
that triangle.
And as a matter of fact, he hit Volk with that same punch, and Volk dropped to one knee. But Volk got back up because Volk's a harder champion. But I'm gonna say he got the heart of the lion. But I'm gonna say this: I hope and pray that we get to see those two fight again, because I'm gonna be real. Volk had him, bro. Yeah. Volk really had him.
He did. But to me, UFC politics.
Of course. One thing I'm looking forward to is Yair Rodriguez versus Volk. Yair looks really good, really damn good in his fight against was it Chris Emmett? I think his name is
Josh Emmett.
Josh Emmett looked so good. I wasn't the biggest Yair Rodriguez fan, but oh my god, this dude he's a likable guy. I'm not trying to be funny. His English is really great, even though he has an accent. His English is really good.
Shout out my amigos, man. Shout out my
Absolutely.
amigos.
Yo hablo español. Tu hable español.
Yeah.
We do this, you dig?
We love amigos, man.
Absolutely.
I'm not talking
about
about the
me on
rappers.
this
I'm talking
note.
about my people of Hispanic
Of
and
Mexican descent. My tan brothers.
You know, my amigos,
Tan
my primos and my amigos.
Well, look, guys, we have come to the end of the show. Ezra, what was the trivia answer from last show?
The answer was Michael Thomas.
Love it.
Michael Thomas had the record for most receptions in the first 3 seasons of.
You heard it here first. That was the trivia. Guys, we will catch you in the next episode.
Hey, hold on, Jim. That nigga ain't catch a ball since.
And he ain't caught a ball since. No, he has not.
Hold up. He ain't caught one since 2019.
But he catching paychecks.
Wait a minute.
He catching paychecks.
Yeah, he catching paychecks. But keep getting
that nigga catch a big paychecks.
Yeah.
Catch big paychecks.